143 million residential properties in the United States. And according to the U.S. Census, the 2020 U.S. Census that we all went through, 6 to 10% of the real estate market is in distress at all times, depending on what market you're in. 6 to 10%, upwards to 14 million opportunities. Let's just average it out at 8%. Let's call it like 10 million opportunities. Absolute. I don't know if the math works there, but you could do it if you're inclined to do that math. But let's call it 10 million opportunities every single year. And on today's training, I'm going to show you how to pull the lists so that you're not wasting your time with unmotivated property owners, because nothing is more discouraging than working with unmotivated property owners. All right? So I'm going to show you the top 10 lists to go after. Not only that, I'm going to show you some case studies of some deals that we've recently closed using these lists. I'm going to give you all of the resources that you need. And in the middle section of this show, I'm going to give you a bonus list that nobody is talking about that you should be implementing into your business to add 10, 20, 30 deals to your bottom line this year. So that is my little hook to keep you into on this training, but it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to have a really, really great time. Now we're going to go 10 to 1, right? We're going to go with the 10 best list, and it's not like any one of these lists you can use, and you could just focus specifically on those lists, and you can make a tremendous income every single year. I know people that literally all they do is one of these specific lists, and that's what they master, and they make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year on just focusing on one of these lists. So it's totally up to you, but I'm going to give you all these so that you know what your options are. All right? Now, the 10th list is more of like a warm-up, right? It's more of a warm-up to get into real estate investing. It's kind of the easiest way in because you don't have to do a tremendous amount of filtering. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. You can get hundreds of leads for free just by pulling this up on Zillow. So let me jump right in and show you this list, which is the number 10 list, which is on market fixer-upper leads, okay? What we're looking at here is this. I'm just in Phoenix, Arizona, right? So Phoenix, Arizona, I'm going for sale listings. I go under the median sale price. Our median sale price is right around $500,000, and that's really the bread and butter, guys. You want to stay under the median sale price because that's where your biggest pool of other investors are if you're going to be wholesaling. If you're going to be assigning your interest in these purchase agreements to another investor, stay under the median sale price. And if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying during this training, put it in the comments section. We answer those all day long. We want to participate. We don't want this to just be like I'm talking at you. We want this to be a conversation that works the best that way. So never let a question go unanswered. Put it in the comments section. But this is it. So what I'm doing is I'm going single family first, just houses right here. I'm going to go into this more section, and I'm going to put in right here needs TLC. Needs tender loving care, right? So what this is going to do is it's going to go in and it's going to look at the descriptions that real estate agents have for on-market properties, and it's going to filter all those based on those keywords. Right? It says it right there, keywords. But I like needs TLC, and what we're looking for are these type of properties, right? We're looking for these properties that are in rough shape, and what you want to look at is a couple different things. Number one is how many days on Zillow is it? That's usually how many days on market. It's been on 86 days on market. And the person that you want to reach out to is the listing agent. Guys, do not do this request a tour or contact agent here. This is how Zillow makes money. They make money by selling buyer leads to real estate agents. And if you put in your information here, you're going to be contacted by a buyer's agent. We want to reach out directly to the listing agent. So right here, you want to reach out to this agent. Their information's right there. You call them up and you want to ask 3 main questions. Number 1, is the property still available? Write these down, guys. Is the property still available? Number 2, how many offers have they received and what have they rejected so far? I just don't want to waste anybody's time, okay? And then number 3 is if they can't get the price that they want for this, what are their plans, okay? Those are the 3 main questions that'll make you sound like a pro instantly, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Deborah, is it still available? Is that property still available? Okay, great. Yeah, and I'm sure you've been getting a bunch of offers on that. What are you guys negotiating any offers? Have you guys rejected a bunch? Like, I don't want to waste anybody's time. You know, what's too low to offer on this property? They may or may not tell you, but it's going to give you a really good indication. Some really experienced agents will say, "Listen, submit your highest and best offer, and we'll respond to it." They won't give you any kind of like play, but a lot of them will. A lot of them will be like, hey, you know, we rejected an offer for, you know, 80,000 on this, 100,000 on this, 150,000 on this. You got to be above this. We've got offers that we're negotiating around list price. Okay, great. And then the third question is if they can't get the price that they want for this property, what's their plans? I want to know what the motivation is. I want to know, are they just going to keep this? Why do they have it priced too high? The only reason a house doesn't sell instantly once it hits the market is because of price. 100% of the time. 100%. So why isn't the seller understanding and lowering the price until to a point where it causes it to sell? That's what I want to find out, right? And then from there, you can go a couple different ways. Number 1, you can say, hey, listen, I'm looking for projects just like this. What do you have coming up? What other houses do you have that need some love? You know, they need some renovation. Maybe they're in original condition. Maybe they're totally destroyed. That's really what I'm looking for. What do you have that's coming up like that? Right? And just see if they've got, and I'm telling you, you'll get deals this way. You absolutely will get deals this way. By the way, as you're doing this, you're adding to your experience level. And this whole business is about mindset. This whole business is about confidence. How do you build confidence? Is you build the skills of effectively communicating with property owners or people that represent property owners and making offers. If you have enough conversations and make enough offers, you win. You win every time. Nobody here can deny it. It's undefeated. If you talk to enough people that have distressed properties in distressed situations and you make enough offers, you will do deals. You will do deals. I'm just telling you. Nobody can argue that. So just focus on that. Build up the strong mindset, and you are unstoppable. You'll be like a rhinoceros. You're going to just be like charging through like a big, snorting 3,000-pound rhinoceros. You're going to do amazing things in this business. I believe you. I believe in you. I've interviewed so many people on the Wholesaling Inc. podcast that just didn't think that they would ever be able to do deals, and then all of a sudden they build these incredible businesses because they just started taking the action. All right? Getting off a little bit off topic, but I get excited about this business because once you realize that if you have enough conversations and make enough offers to property owners, you win. You win massively. All right? So that's what I would do. And then from there, I would say, do you have any other properties for sale that I can look at? Or I would say, hey, listen, if they can't get that price, I could get them that price that they want, but it would have to be in payments. Are they open to terms? And then that opens the door to some other creative options. So make sure that you follow that blueprint for calling on these properties. Next, number 9 is tax defaults. All right, tax defaults. I'm going to give you a couple resources here that are absolutely phenomenal. But before I get into this, you can get free list of tax defaults if you go down to the county treasurer or the state treasurer or the city treasurer, whoever is in charge of collecting the real estate taxes, right? Like everything is we don't actually own real estate. You guys understand that, right? Like the government owns all the land, right? If we don't pay property taxes, they literally take it from you, right? And so you have to pay your property taxes because it funds everything in your local community, everything. Streets, sanitation, spaces, services, security, all those things, right? It pays for all that. So they want their money. So they want their money so bad that if you don't pay, they put it out to the public and say, hey, listen, if you buy this lien from us, you can get upwards to 16% return on this tax lien. And then people negotiate it from there. We won't get into that. It's an exciting business, but we won't get into that. Anyway, so people get into tax default. And that means, why aren't they paying their property taxes? Well, oftentimes they own it free and clear. Because if you have a mortgage, your mortgage pays it. Because your mortgage doesn't want anybody to foreclose on the property and wipe out their lien. So to protect themselves, they put it in escrow, is what they call, and they make those tax payments for you. So if they're tax default, oftentimes it's owned free and clear, all right? And if they can't pay for that, what happened? Well, maybe somebody inherited the property. Maybe somebody, just financially can't keep up with the property anymore, and they can't pay the property taxes anymore, right? Property taxes increase every single year that there's appreciation. The more valuable a property is, the higher your taxes are, typically, depending on what neighborhood you're in. There's some programs for the elderly. There's certainly some programs for historic properties and that. But you got to pay your property taxes, and usually it increases. So there's a lot of opportunity there. You can go to your treasurer's office. You can ask them for the tax default list. The issue is, at least in my market here, it's like hieroglyphics. It's like it coded, and it's weird, and you don't really know, what addresses are in default. You don't know if they're single family or if they're land, if they're commercial, or all these things. So if you want it filtered, I'm going to give you two resources. By the way, guys, I'm going to give you as many free resources as possible for these lists so that you can go out and do it. But for a small budget, you can have companies that do this all day long, filter it so that you can save your time. Okay, but if you have more time than you have money, go to the county. Literally Google tax defaults and treasury wherever you live, and you'll go down the rabbit hole. I don't know if that's the best prompt, but you'll figure it out. But here, flipfinder.ai, this is what we use. It's absolutely incredible. You got your tax delinquent activity right here. You pull it. The list pulls up. And it's updated every single day, and or how as often as the tax defaults come out. And it's been very, very, very good for us. We actually closed a little this deal here. This is 1966 East Desert Moon. We closed this in January of this year. This is what our purchase price was, and we sold it, and we made $28,500. $28,500 on this deal from the tax default list, pulled right here. Another great resource is, I always want to give you a couple because, it's people have different preferences and want to pull, some people don't want to get into a subscription base. Totally understand. Flip Finder, it's $97 a month, and it's incredible. You get a ton with that. But if you just want to pay per lead, this is a great resource. RealSupermarket.com. RealSupermarket.com. A lot of my students in the Rhino tribe use this list, and they love it, and you get the tax liens right here, baby. You get all these other ones, some of which we're going to be getting into later in here, but it's absolutely incredible resource. And I think that if you use the coupon code TTP, like my shirt, then you get 5% off. There you go. And so there you go. Real Supermarket, you get the tax defaults right there. Next is going to be your expired listings. What happens if a property goes on the market and it doesn't sell? And it goes expired because the agent didn't do their job. They weren't upfront to the property owner about how much they could get for it, or maybe they didn't really have a strong backbone to say, hey, property owner, you are crazy. You'll never get that price for it, not just to be cashed out. And so we're just wasting each other's time, right? But Vulcan 7 here does a phenomenal job of grabbing the expired listings and for sale by owners, some pre-foreclosures, some of these other lists right here. They do a phenomenal job. It comes skip trace. It goes right into your dialer. You can call them right away. A lot of real estate agents use this as a resource, and I've seen a lot more investors start using them as well. I used it way back in the day, and the data was phenomenal. They actually have a pretty slick dialer as well. But this is just a really good one here for you. Vulcan 7 as a resource for your expired listings. I don't have a case study for that because we don't really do them, but for sub 2 deals or creative finance deals, this is a really, 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 really strong resource because they want to sell, right? One of the hardest things when we're being really proactive in our business is people we need to figure out if they want to sell. We're reaching out to them because we don't have a budget to have people reach out to us, and I'll discuss that later. So we're reaching out to them. We're being super proactive, and we don't know if they actually want to sell. Well, here they already said, hey, listen, I want to sell. I just couldn't sell it this way. And maybe they've gotten more realistic, or maybe they're open to some creative options. Boom. There you go. Expired listings right there. Next, let's move on to vacant land. Vacant land. Awesome. I'm going to put, let's make sure we go here with this resource for this next one. Guys, PropWire. PropWire, Jerry Norton. I mean, guys, look at this. Look at this. Jerry put this out for free for everybody. Look at all these. You can get all of these lists absolutely for free. Right now, you can get the I don't know why this is going so slow, but you can get probates, you can get vacant lots right here. This is what we're talking about. Vacant lots. Vacant lots. Everybody's sleeping on vacant lots because they're like, I don't know how to evaluate them. I don't know what's going on. Let me teach you how to evaluate vacant lots right now in 90 seconds, okay? Number one, you've got two options, okay? The first one is the best option. Second one is a really great option, but you're not going to make as much per deal typically, all right? Number one is look for vacant lots inside of the in subdivisions, in already established neighborhoods, okay? That's where you want to find and pull these vacant lots, all right? Because the builders and the developers, the amount of them, the pool of them is much bigger for projects that are already well established. There's already utilities, infrastructure, all those things, right? And so there's more buyers for these lots. Now, if you're wondering what to offer, a developer or builder typically budgets 10% of the retail value of a property that they build on there for the land. Let me say that again, 10%. So if you're looking around in that neighborhood, first look for any properties that are the most recently built, hopefully within the last 12 months. See what they sell for. If they've sold for $400,000, $450,000, then you can expect that a developer, a builder is going to spend $40,000 to $45,000 on those vacant lots. Got it? $40,000 to $45,000, 10% of the fix. Now, if there's not any new builds around there, then just find the most beautiful upgraded house in that area and use that as your benchmark. All right? The other thing with vacant lots is this. Make sure that you talked to the county planning and zoning department and make sure there's nothing crazy going on with that lot. Make sure that there's not some weird easements. If you want to know what an easement is, put it in the chat or the comments. I'll break that down. If there's any utility easements, passageway easements, whatever it is, if it's in a flood zone, if for some reason the building envelope, the actual space that you can build something on that property is too tight to build something, those are things that you need to know. That's a simple call down to the planning and zoning department. I'm looking at buying this lot. I just wanted to see what's going on with it and if there's any restrictions for building and what the setbacks are. What the setbacks are. Write it down, guys. Write it down, what the setbacks are. And that's it. Don't overcomplicate this. And by the way, a lot of people sleep on it. A lot of people are driving around and they're seeing all the ugly houses, but they forget all those lots. that are really great opportunities. So make sure that you go after Vacant Lots. It's all right here, propwire.com. Jerry Norton absolutely knocked this out of the park. It's got a ton of resources, guys, and it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free. He's got big plans with this. I don't know why. He's spending an incredible amount on data, by the way. I mean, he is spending an incredible amount, but he loves this industry and he wants everybody to win. So I give him huge props for that. All right, that's the 7th list out of 10. Number 6 is code violations. Code violations. Again, guys, you can go, and I'm going to show you this as an example, okay? I'm going to go into, all I did was, let me see if I can go back here to my Google search. I think all I did is code compliance Mesa in Google. Yeah, that's all I did is code compliance Mesa, Arizona, right? And then it pops up this, and all I did is general search. All I did is search. And then it starts, oh, sorry, I push this search here. And boom, it starts doing its thing. And look at all these. All these addresses right here are code violations. All of them are code violations. This is very typical for a lot of major cities. Okay? A lot of major cities. Now, do you have to go in, copy and paste, put it into some sort of Excel to be able to skip trace, to get the phone numbers, or to be able to mail to them, or whatever you want to do to reach out to these property owners? Yes, absolutely. Okay? But I'm telling you, it's all right there. I mean, you get all of the data for your code violations. Now, if your area is trickier, again, guys, I want to give you all the free resources I can. I want there to be no reason that anybody, depending on whatever your budget is, can't go out and find an opportunity this week. You know, I said on the live show on the Wholesale Hotline with Pace Morby on Monday, I said, what would you do? I asked the audience, what would you do if you had to get a deal in the next 7 days, and if you didn't get a deal under agreement in the next 7 days, you go to prison for a year? You go to prison for a year. What would you do? Right? Well, listen, I want to remove all obstacles so that you can go out and take massive imperfect action. These are properties in all these lists. I'm not just specifically talking about this list, but I want you to be able to go out and take massive imperfect action. Well, I don't have the budget. Great. Free lists here right from the county, right from the city. And typically code violations are going to be done by the city. It's either the neighborhood services department or it's code compliance. Just Google one of those two and you're gonna get pretty close. If you can't get it that way, again, guys, therealsupermarket.com. Use the coupon code TTP. It's right here, code violations. And they do a really good job. These guys actually, I just found out this morning, supply most of the big data companies with their data. This right here. Had no idea. Just found out about it. Absolutely incredible. So code violations there. And if you're wondering, well, how do I get the phone numbers? Go to cyber background checks. I should have this pulled up. Checks.com. And you can pull it up there. You can go to True People Search and pull it up there. And get the contact information for the people that you're trying to get a hold of based on their address. I mean, you put in the name and address here, and you find the address. Or you go to cyber background checks. You put in the name, address, or you could go by name or address. Typically, it's going to be by address. And there you go. Isn't that incredible? So then you're just searching. Now you get all their phone numbers. So there you go. Now you've got the code violation addresses. You've got where to get their contact information. You can just reach out to the property owners and ask them if they would consider an offer on their property. Come on! We are moving and shaking. Oh, that's absolutely incredible. Now, okay, so we went 10 on-market fixer-uppers, 9 tax delinquent or tax defaults, 8 expired listings, 7 vacant land, all of them critical, 6 code violations. Now, I'm going to sandwich in here the bonus list. and this is what is called reverse wholesaling. And I want to show you this because we sell 10 deals a month this way. Not huge amount of deals, but we do. I'm gonna just close PropWire because apparently it's just eating everything up. We sell 10 deals a month this way, and what we do is we send out 2 emails every single day, right? We send out 2 emails, and not all of these deals are our deals. What we did is we went and we talked to all of our cash buyers and we said, what properties are you looking for? And then we went and got on every single wholesaler's list. Everybody that's direct to property owner, we went and talked to them and said, hey, listen, we would love the opportunity to try to sell some of your deals to our buyers. Is that cool? Always get permission first. Always get permission first. All right? And then they say yes, and then we put it out there, and we don't up the price of the property. We just charge the buyer $2,000 or $3,000, depending on if they want. If they get the property, then we'll charge them $2,000 to $3,000. Isn't that awesome? Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Be licensed to do this, guys. You want to be licensed to do this, but this is a great opportunity. If you have a real estate agent friend to connect with to reverse wholesale, boom, you go and you grab all the information, you put it out, and then you start sending it out twice a day to your buyers. Why do you do this? 1, because the more you send out, the more people open up your emails. The more that they see that you're frequently sending out great deals, all of a sudden you are the go-to resource that your cash buyers want to work with to go and get these deals, right? And so it's just an extra way to reverse wholesale. What are you looking for, cash buyer? I'm looking for this. Okay, great. Is it on all of these wholesale lists? Okay, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. And then you just put it out to them directly, or you put it into a list every single day. You send it out. It takes 15, 20 minutes once you get rolling with this thing to send all of these out. If you want more training on this, put it in the comments section. But I learned this from Spencer Caldwell. And he's done a phenomenal job. He's got a great video on here on this channel. Make sure that you check that out. But that is the list nobody's talking about. Finding other people's deals that they already locked up, getting permission to send it to the cash buyers, and then either we'll get it assigned to ourselves and assign it to them, or we'll just play middleman and get a commission on it because of we're licensed. So there you go. So you could do this unlicensed if you get it assigned to yourself and then assign it to somebody else. But I think it's smart to get a license, first of all. But second of all, it just makes it a lot easier to run it that way. Cool. Awesome. Moving on. Number 5 is the probate and inherited lists. Oh my gosh. I used to go down, guys. I used to go down to the county recorder's office, and down in the basement there, they literally have a basement there. And you go in and you get the probate lists, the inherited lists. And then you have to filter out and see what was inherited. Because it's not always like just, oh yeah, here's all the real estate that was inherited. No. You have to filter that out. Sometimes people just inherit like clothes and jewelry and cars and stuff like that. Like, I have no interest in that stuff. I want to see the people that inherit properties. And so I was going through there because I had no budget to be able to get the resources to find those. And I would just, kind of sift through it and try to find out which one. It took me hours and hours a month. And it worked. I mean, it definitely worked because these people wanted to sell their property, but it was just too much work. It was too much work. So get a resource. I got 2 resources for you. Number 1, Real Supermarket. You can buy them right here. Pre-probate, probate, inherited. Boom, right there. The one that I think is the absolute best is US Leads List. US Leads List. And again, TTP for a code on this, and they hook you up. There might be a waiting list in your area. These are the most, this is the most, I mean, they really filter these lists so that you're only talking to people that own that are going to own the properties, and it's phenomenal. So US Leads List is phenomenal, and again, going into the Real supermarket.com. Get in there and get the pre-probate and the probates and the inherited. Okay. I got to go back here real quick, guys. Here, this one right here, this deal right here, this was a code violation. I wanted to mention that. This was, let's see, I think that they've got this on the market right now. Yeah, they got it on the market for $535. And we got this off a code violation list, and we got that property for $350, and we assigned it, and we made $57,500 on that. So we must have sold it for $407,500, which is phenomenal, off of the code violation list. And then right here is an inherited property, a probate inherited property that we did on Datura. They inherited the property. It was in the middle of nowhere. They were like, I don't, just give me whatever for this property. I don't want to deal with it. And we got that one for $105. And on that one, we made $64,400, guys, on one conversation. Because we're using these. I'm telling you, these are the resources that we use to find the property owners, to initiate the conversation so that we can make offers. I'm just showing you, these are the actual deals that we're doing using these resources. Okay. Next, vacant properties. Vacant properties. Again, you can go to propwire.com. You can pull them there. I like using flipfinder.com for the vacant properties here. It's super easy to be able to pull these right here, vacancy. And then let me give you some tips on the vacancy ones, okay? So with vacant, I still want to put them through the regular filters, all right? I still want them built before 1994. I want them older. I still want them owned 10 years or more. If I have to, 7 years or more. I still want them under 2,000 square feet, because that's where the budgets don't get so huge with the fix and flippers, which is the bread and butter of where we sell our deals to, because the properties that have the most investment potential, you get the bigger deals typically. And so we just 2,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet and below. I don't really care about bedrooms and baths. I want to make sure that that they've owned it for a while, and I want to make sure that it's older. And I'll start with single family first, and then I'll go to townhouses, then I'll go to condos, then I'll go to multifamily. But that's the order that I pull these in. We filter them out, put them into the dialer, and call them, or we'll text them. That's how you get a hold of these people. And so the vacant list is incredible. Vacant list is absolutely incredible because, listen, this property is just sitting there. There's 14 million single-family properties vacant right now. 2020 census. Look it up. You can Google it. But the vacant properties are absolutely incredible because they're just losing money. They're just losing money. They're paying every day. A property costs something because of property taxes. Every single day. Every single day. Not only that, but vacant properties get broken into. Tremendous amount of vandalism. Sometimes there's squatters in there. Sometimes people are pulling out, all of the guts of the house. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's really, really sad. So, and I'll tell you this, vacant properties are the number one, we get the number one best response from the neighborhood when we get that vacant property and put it in the hands of ourselves to fix it up, or a really incredible investor in the area, and they do something incredible with it because it's not just a blight on the neighborhood anymore and like a magnet for shenanigans. You know what I mean? So vacant properties, add it to your list, get it, pull it. Now, you can probably find a vacant list through the United States Postal Service. If somebody knows how to do it, please put it in the comments section. Also, if you're getting value out of this training, make sure that you subscribe, because we come out with incredible interviews with incredible wholesalers around the country every single week for the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. We do this show 3 times a month, if not more. I'd love to do it every single week, but sometimes I'm traveling or whatever. We do Wholesale Hotline every Monday. I mean, I'm trying to give you every resource that you can on this YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the alert button so that you know when these come out. All right? Vacant properties. Here's a vacant property that we did right here. This one was definitely vacant. Look at the price on this, $40,000. This estimate, $296. You want to know why? This whole house burnt down. It's a vacant property. They weren't getting mail. So the vacant, like the USPS, goes into flipfinder.ai. And so you get all the lists for the vacancies. And then we reached out to this property owner, and he wasn't living there because, oh, wait, it burnt down. The guy had 50 pounds of black gunpowder in his garage. I mean, the house was absolutely destroyed. But on that, we made $8,764 from that one phone call. So far, I mean, tax default, $28,500. The code violation, $57,500. Probate, $64,400. Vacant, $87,64. All right. Now let's move on to the absolute bread and butter, which is tired landlords. Tired landlords, the absentee owners with equity. These are people that own properties. Now, I'll be fair here. This is going to be your most competitive list. It's going to be your most competitive list. It's going to be the one that you have to talk to the most property owners to get a deal. Because everybody's reaching out to the absentee owner list, the tired landlords. What's a tired landlord? They've owned it over 10 years. It's an older property. It doesn't necessarily have to be older, but I like them older. I want some properties with a little bit of rust on them. That's how we get the bigger deals. It's an older property. It's the same details. 2,000 square feet and below, which is really the bread and butter. And you can play around with that, right? Maybe you go through that whole list of 2,000 square feet and below, and then you go, okay, I'm going to go 2,000 to 3,000 the next time around and test it. That's what all of this is about. It's all about testing. You're testing all the time, all right? But tired landlords also own multifamily tired landlords, right? Most multifamily is landlord owned. A lot of people don't just live in their properties unless they're doing like a house hack type of situation. But they're really, for people that own multifamily, which I'll show you the example of the one that we just closed here in our tired landlord list. But we pulled a tired landlord. Right, they owned it 10 years. It was an older property, non-owner occupied. They don't live there, and multifamily. Up to I think it was 8 units, and this one was 6 units. And talked to the property owner. They were tired. It was in Tucson, Arizona. They were tired of managing the property. They were tired of renovating the property. They were collecting rent like at the doors every single day. They had a lot of tenants that had been there a while that were just paying them cash. They were just done with it. They had owned the property for, I think, 15 or 20 years. They had made good income out of it, and they just wanted to cash out and be done with it. This is very typical, very, very, very typical, and they did. And that's this deal here. It was a sixplex, two threeplexes on Fair Oaks, and on that one we made $68,712. One conversation. It was one. Come on. Guys, please don't just watch this video and not take massive and perfect action. Please don't go and just not have conversations and make offers to property owners. Please, nothing is more satisfying when I get a DM or somebody comments in YouTube or I get a text message of somebody that has closed a deal because they just took the instruction. They put their blinders on. They kept it simple. They didn't overcomplicate the process, and they went out and took the action. Progress, not perfection. That's it. That's what this is all about. You got this. I want to be your cheerleader. That's why I have so much. How do you get so much energy? It's the best business ever. And I'm probably ADHD. I don't know. So there you go. That's your tired landlords. Next, number 2. Ooh, number 2 here. I'm going to give you a couple resources, and this is when you're getting up there. This is when you have a budget to spend $20,000-$30,000 a year on lists. Okay, 80/20 REI is we're testing them out now. We've been with Audantic for years and years and years, guys. These are data scientists. These are absolutely the best of the best of the best of what they do, and they find people most likely to sell at a discount. All right? They have this buyer sonar thing from Audantic is bananas. Shows you all the buyers and what they pay for everything and everything that's off market. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. 80/20 shows you what list to go after and how to go after them. Call this person, mail this person, text that person. Bananas. Absolutely bananas. Very expensive, and it's very exclusive. They only have a couple people in each market. So if it's if you can't get in there, and it's too expensive at this moment, that's why FlipFinder.ai has the AI list, and it's absolutely incredible. It's the AI list. You can just go in here and get a score of the most likely. Let me just and search and show you what this AI list looks like. And it's just a predictable index. They look at all the data points of the demographics of the property owner and the properties that typically sell at a discount, and they pull it all together. And I think I got too many windows open here. And here you go. Here is the AI scores. You can see a wholesale score right here. It's built into our system, and I can go wholesale score of, let's say 700. I think it goes up to 999 there, and I can hit that and get the most likely properties to sell at a discount above 700 in this predictable index, which is absolutely incredible, built into FlipFinder.ai. Now these guys are more elaborate. They're spending way more money. They're putting way more brains behind it. They're absolutely incredible. But if you don't have the 20, 30 grand and you can't get in because your area is closed, FlipFinder.ai is a no-brainer. And you could get the whole nation for like a few grand. It's absolutely incredible in FlipFinder. But it comes in the basic package. You get 5 zip codes that you can pull the AI predictable index. And we just did... Let me see where this one is. 2448. There you go. Here's one that we just used. This one, 2448, just closed here in February. We made $30,400 on that with the predictable lists. Awesome. This business is awesome. And then number 1 list of all time, 80% of brand new real estate investors get their first deals. It's how I did my first 20 deals is dealmachine.com, and it's driving for dollars. It's driving for dollars. It's driving for, listen, you can go out right now. This is what I did. Go out with a pad of paper, and you can write down, and this is what I did. I would write down the street name at the very top, and then I'd drive around, and I'd just write the numbers of the addresses of the ugly houses. Right, I would just write them down. Boom, 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 boom. Then I'd go back. I'd go to public records. I'd search all the public records. I'd find out the information. I would then go online to a cyber background checks or a True People search. It's not what I used. I had to use like white pages and stuff back in the day. Now they've got other technology, and pull all their information. Right, and you could do that one by one by one. It's going to cost you absolutely nothing. Or you can go into Deal Machine, and they give you all of the details. They let you export everything. They let you skip trace. What is it? 30,000? I don't know. They skip trace some ridiculous amount of properties for free. Legit skip tracing for free for $149 a month. I think you get a discount with TTP as well, or at least they give you like some sort of longer trial or something. I don't know. But if you use the discount code TTP in there, it's phenomenal. But you could do it free, 100%. You could go out, nitty gritty, just bootstrap this thing, go in there, write down the addresses, get the information, start calling them today. Today. If If you don't have the $149, you don't have all this stuff to get all these different tools and everything, totally get it. You can do this all for free. Most of this is public information. And driving is the most public. It's literally you drive down the streets. You could walk down the streets. You could ride a bike down the streets. There's no barrier to entry for this business. Imagine this. Imagine that you put in the comments section here, I'm doing business here in Central Florida. I'm doing business in Dallas. I'm doing business. I'm just getting started here and here and here. And then somebody else pops in and goes, hey, I'm in that area. Let's connect. And if you need anything, let me know. Right? So now you got a connection of somebody that knows the paperwork, knows what's going on, knows how to evaluate the deals, knows who to sell the deals to. Great. Or you go into Facebook, go into a Facebook group, and it's a networking Facebook group, and everybody's connecting in those areas, right? And you connect with some people, you DM them. Okay, now I've got it. Okay, I've got somebody that can help me out. Now all I got to do is find a deal. And then you go out, zero budget, you drive around town, you find an ugly house, you write down the address, you pull it up on your phone, you look at you pull it up on cyber background checks, you get the contact information, you call up the property owner, they answer, you say nervously, I know that this call is random, but I was calling about your property at 1212 Banana Street, and I was just wondering if you would consider an offer on your property there. Yes, I would. Oh, okay, great. Now you have a lead. Now, obviously, there's more to that, and obviously I'm being silly, and I'm, just making this quick, but you guys get the point. Don't overthink this. The dumbest people make the most money. And I don't mean unintelligent. I just mean the people that keep it the most simple. Keep it really, really, really simple. Don't let the 3 P's stop you from succeeding. Procrastination, paralysis by analysis, and perfectionism. Because you already have to deal with, naturally as an entrepreneur, the 3 D's. Doubt, disappointment, and distraction. So you got the 3 P's and the 3 D's. How do you blast through that? Massive imperfect action. Be surrounded by people, a tribe of people that are going to support you, that are actually doing this business. And then you just take this video and you just go step by step and you find all the lists of the 6 to 10% of the real estate market that's in distress at all times. And all of a sudden you're a real estate entrepreneur. And the second that you make $1, $10, $1,000, you cross that bridge from faith that you can do this business to fact, you become a professional. Now you're a professional real estate entrepreneur. And now you're just building off of that confidence. You're building off that skills. You're having conversations. You're making offers. You're going after it every single day to the point where now you get to walk in to your boss's office, to your school counselor, whatever you want to. I don't know where you're at in life, and say, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm building something my own. It's taking off right now, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm no longer going to be working here or going to school here or whatever you want to do. Right? You get to like control your schedule. You get to control the amount of value you provide to the marketplace. Let's go. That's the people that I want to work with. That's the people that I want to surround myself with. And if you're already doing that, you're amazing. And I love you. And that's it. Those are the top 10 lists with a bonus list. Number 10. On-market fixer-uppers, as is, very easy to get going. No barrier to entry. Just start making those calls. Number 2 is tax default properties. 3 is expired listings. 4 is vacant land. Oh, sorry. We'll go 10 to 1. 7 is vacant land. 6 is code violation. I also put in water shutoff in code violation. It's kind of the same. They're kind of brothers and sisters there. And so... we don't, the water here is run by private companies, so they don't have to disclose. It's not a Freedom of Information Act type of thing. So we don't get those, but a lot of areas it's run by the the state or the municipals or the counties or whatever, so you can get those. So if you can get those are apparently very good. I don't know, so I won't speak to it. Probates and inherited. Vacant properties are 4. Tired landlords are 3. AI list or data scientist lists are 2, and driving for dollars is the king of the hill. And don't sleep on reverse wholesaling and finding deals that are already out there for your cash buyers, getting in the middle and getting paid for those deals. It's absolutely powerful. And that's it. Matt, you want to come on in after the show? Matt's the only one here today for this show, and he's been helping me out with some of the glitches. So thank you for bearing with us. But yeah, guys, on behalf of the whole Wholesaling Inc. family, on behalf of myself, I want to thank you for participating, for being with us. We would love if you hit that like button, put some comments in there. That absolutely helps us out. And remember this, keep your house clean, protect your health, and increase your value to the world, and you'll live an incredible life. I'll see you next week. I love you.